Let us try to understand the getter and the setter in the Dart programming language. And what we will do now is we will create a getter and the setter for this particular three properties that we have. So I'll just go over here, and if I want to create a setter, so I can just say set, and I need to set a height first of all, and I need to take some parameters. So it should be of an int, and I will take a value over here, and that I will just go and use an arrow function over here and underscore the height, which is of equals to should be a value that we are getting. So this way we are setting the value. And if I go back over here, and I think I can remove all of this because we are not using all of this, right? So now I have a person. So let's say I have this person object, and now I can go and set that value for the height. Now you can see that we have access to the height property, and that is not actually a property, it's a setter that we have created. And now I can go and set this value instead of creating like a function over here, right? So we have to set it through the expression over here. So I'll just go and set the height of 150 over here. Now if I go and print out, and if I go and print this particular height over here, and you can see that it is not able to get that particular, right? So we have just set up the setter, but we haven't set up the getter, so we are not able to get that particular field, right? So what we want to do is we want to get that value for our height, so we can set a getter. So get, and I will just say height, and which is of equals to, sorry, I will just use the arrow function over here, get height, and I need to get the height from here. Okay, now just copy this one, and if I go over here, now we have access to that one. And if I go and run this one, so there is some error. So where is the error? I have some error, so let me fix that particular error. It is obviously here, so I need a return type. So return type is of an int, and then now I can actually go and run this one. So we will get a printout of 150, which we have just set up over here. So this way we can set up the setter and the getter. And obviously it says that there is some linting over here, and it says that this is not a good practice to have a getter and setter. So if you want to access that, it's better to just directly remove this particular field, right? So don't make it as a private, and you can access it and set the value. So that is the thing that it is actually saying using the linked option. But I'm just going to set you, so I just want to show you how we can create a setter and a getter in the Dart programming language. But this is basically not a good practice. And if you are getting a linting error over here, which means there is some problem with this code. But let us try to set for others so that you can learn if you need to create a getter and setter in your program. So what we'll do is we'll just go and set the same thing for the set. And you can also use a void over here, right? So I can use a void set, and I can set the width, and I can take the double as a value over here, and which is of equals, I use an arrow function. If you don't want to use an arrow function, you can just open the curly brace over here and set the weight over here, and just keep a value that we are getting. So this and this one is completely you can use either one, but this is a shorthand, and it's most recommended because this is a redundant. So if you never set a void over here, it basically already has a default of void in front of this one, because it's not returning any value over here, and that is setting the default as a void over here. So you can just set it this way, or you can just set it as a this way, the way that you prefer. And what we can do is I can just remove this or just keep it as it is for now, just for you to know, right? And then we have another one is we need to return. So I need to return double from here and double, and I need to get a weight, right? Weight, and I can just create a curly brace instead of the arrow function, and I can just return underscore weight from here. So this is also completely valid, and also this is also valid. So its most preferred way is opting in this way instead of creating this way. And now if I go, and if you want to have access to that person dot the weight, now we have access to the weight too. So now I can set the weight over here, and even I can go and print out that particular value. So just go and print out the weight over here and just run it. Yeah, we can set and get. So this is how we can create a getter and setter, and but obviously it's not a good practice and it's not recommended. If you want to get and set a value directly, you just can make it directly as a public field over here. So that's all for this lesson, and hope you enjoyed it. Let us meet up on the next one. Till then, have a great day.